Guys, am I audible to you?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So you all shall start writing your name in the chat section in the order you would like to go, and we'll go by this sequence only, just like before. So hi everyone, I would like you all to turn on your cameras. So, okay, let's begin. Good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome to today's Policy Manthan on Achieving Viksit Bharat 2047 through education. As we all know, education is the backbone of any nation's progress, and today we'll be hearing insightful thoughts on how it can pave the way for India's journey towards becoming a developed nation by 2047. So, without taking much time, let's begin with our first speaker, Shri.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shri Banerjee, and I'm here to talk about Viksit Bharat in 2027. So, as we look ahead to 2027, the centenary of our independence, we must ask, what kind of Bharat do we wish to build? A Viksit Bharat is not merely a land of skyscrapers and satellites. It is a nation where every child's mind is free, every teacher is empowered, and every classroom is a sanctuary of possibility. Education is our most sacred inheritance and our boldest investment. It's the thread that weaves together equity, innovation, and citizenship. Let us imagine an India where no child is left behind, where tribal hamlets and urban slums echo with the same laughter of learning, where girls walk into the school not with fear but with pride, where textbook speaks not just of facts but of freedom. Let our curriculum reflect the soul of India, its diversity, its dissent, its dreams. Let our pedagogy nurture not just intelligence but integrity. Let our universities become crucibles of both research and reform. And let us honor our teachers, not just with salaries but with dignity, for they are the quiet revolutionaries who shape the future in silence. Viksit Bharat will not just rise from GDP charts, but from the courage of students who dare to question and the compassion of educators who dare to care. So today, let us pledge to educate not just for employment, but for empowerment. To teach not just syllabi, but the spirit of democracy. Because when we educate wisely, we do not just build a nation, we awaken a civilization. That's all from my side. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Shri. That was really informative. Great confidence. Now I would like Sakshi to go next. Sakshi, are you here? Sakshi Tiwari. Uh, okay, so let's continue. Yashvi, are you here?
Yes,
Yeah, you may continue.
education bridges the gap between today's India and tomorrow's Viksit Bharat. A good evening to all, myself Yashasvi, and today I will speak on Viksit Bharat 2047 through education. India has a great potential with its young population and abundant resources through which it can convert from developing to a developed nation. Keeping this in mind, India's government has envisioned for Viksit Bharat by 2047 on 100th day of Independence Day, which has focused on the inclusive growth that cover vast areas such as providing 100% of employment, quality education, enrolling 70% of women in the economical activity, and also eradication of government. The education is a vital key to this to attain this goal. An educated citizen can eradicate the poverty, can build the jobs, can enhance the economy, and can build a society that is rooted in equality and innovation. Even our government has taken the initiative through the National Education Policy 2020, which focus on a holistic approach of the student, digital learning, skill development, foundational learning, and so on. But this is not enough to attain what we have dreamt for. We need to do more, like we can provide more and more funding in the education, we can train our teacher properly, and we can create schools and colleges as a hub of innovation and entrepreneurship, so that whenever students come out from these institutions they can contribute to the country at their full potential and convert the idea of Viksit Bharat into a reality. So, at last, I would like to conclude my topic with quote that truly Viksit Bharat begin with the Sikshit Bharat. Thank you so much.
That was great, Yashvi. Now, guys, appreciate the people, please. Appreciate whosoever is giving the speech. Request. So, Sakshi, is she not audible still?
Yeah, I don't think she is. Okay, there's some issue from her side. We can
Um,
move on to the next person.
okay, so I would like Ratika to share her thoughts.
Sure, ma'am. Allow me a moment to work on the camera.
Yeah, sure.
Am I visible?
Yeah, you are.
So, good evening, everyone. My name is Ritika, and today I want to talk about mental health in as a part of Viksit Bharat. So, education is the foundation of any nation, and if we want India to be a developed country, we need to invest in its human resources. Human resources, as in people, be- that is including mental health in the curriculum. Because mental health is not only limited to depression and anxiety, but also includes it is a vast era of topics which helps you build resilience, bounce back from difficulties, and because mental health is so stigmatized in our country, and anybody who comes out with mental health issues singled out and labeled as for being different. It is not talked about, and millions of students and adults every year die from suicide because they could not talk their problems to anybody. Uh, I believe Viksit Bharat is not only about infrastructure and having big buildings. It is also about changing the uh, root problems that country faces, so that anybody who is facing any issues can feel safe talking about his issues in a society that is accommodative to all. Um, because mental health is, we traditionally have a very bad viewpoint of mental health, and including mental health in curriculum will help people to get to know more about it. It will help people to uh, talk freely about their problems, because it is not talked about now, which is one of the problems people have. They make their own interpretations because of that. So I believe uh, having a curriculum mandatory in schools about mental health for all classes is mandatory for us to be a developed nation, because a developed nation is not only about technological developments or infrastructural developments, but also it is a nation that is humane to all. So that's all I have from my side. Thank you.
That's great, Ritika. Guys, I want to ask you all, do you agree with Ritika that mental health is equally important?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you have, anyone has any suggestions?
Should I add one point?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay, so when it comes to suicide and suicide rates, the major role which plays in to develop a psychology in a person for a suicidal thought is media. So whenever media talks about suicide or any case of suicide, it should be recited very carefully.
Yes, true that. Anyone else? Okay, guys. So next up is Harsh.
Yes.
I think Vaishnavi
Good
wants to say
afternoon.
something.
Um, okay, 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 Vaishnavi.
Vaishnavi?
I just wanted to add the point that mental health should not be treated when it gets like worse. It should just be taught to students from a young age to like practice methods so that the mental health of people could be like better from the start instead of treating the disease when it comes to them. I just wanted to add that.
Yes,
Okay,
good point, Vaishnavi.
I think Vaishnavi, you are after Ritika. I missed out your name. So would you like to go next?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Vaishnavi Mahesh. Education is the most powerful pillar of India's aspirations as it advances towards Viksit Bharat 2047, our centennial of independence. In terms of numbers, our country has advanced significantly. Today, almost 78% of people are literate, up from just 12% in 1947. India currently has 42,000 colleges and more than 1,000 universities, because programs like NEP seek to have like 50% of young people vocationally skilled and 100% gross enrollment ratio in schooling by 2030. By 2047, no student, urban or rural, will be left behind thanks to Digital India initiatives that have already connected 2.5 lakh gram panchayats to the internet. However, education is more than just statistics. Developing compassionate and Atmanirbhar citizens is the goal on the qualitative front. Innovators, problem solvers, and moral leaders who blend contemporary science with Indian values are needed to realize the vision of Viksit Bharat. We envision classrooms that promote character development, sustainability, inclusivity, and critical thinking by 2047. Every child, including girls, people with disabilities, and members of marginalized communities, must be empowered by education to rise with dignity. Therefore, education will make India a prosperous, just, and internationally renowned country by utilizing both scale and soul, as well as figures and values. Recall that funding education is an investment in Viksit Bharat's future. Jai Hind.
That was great, Vaishnavi. You included statistical data as well. So I would like Harsh to go next.
Ma'am, sorry for interrupting, but may I go next? Actually, I'm out of station and I would have to leave the session.
Okay,
I
you may go
want to.
next.
Okay.
Okay,
Hello,
Muskan, you
hello
can
and
go
good
next.
evening. Yes. Hello and good evening, everyone. I'm Muskan Haja. We'll be speaking on the topic Viksit Bharat 2047 through education. The year 2047 is the year when our country, India, would be going to celebrate its 100 years of independence. Achieving Viksit Bharat 2047 is India's national vision to become a developed nation by the year 2024. A developed nation where economic growth is accompanied by inclusive, sustainable, and holistic development. Some of the key goals of Viksit Bharat are economic prosperity, social inclusiveness, world-class infrastructure, and sustainable development. This all could be achieved through the key foundation, education. No nation can achieve developed status without a strong educational base. From eliminating poverty to building world-class industry, education is the foundation upon which Viksit Bharat 2047 can be achieved. The first step towards transformation is ensuring universal access to quality education with 100% literacy, leaving no child behind due to poverty, gender, caste, or disability, or any other reasons. Special focus must be placed on rural and marginalized communities. Instead of educating students through the traditional ways of education, students should be provided skill-based education and the future-ready skills. The 21st century demands digital literacy for all. By the year 2047, every school must have access to smart classrooms, e-learning resources, and affordable digital devices, which further will enable digital payments and will ensure true payments of tariffs and taxes. Education must also focus on values, ethics, and character building. A developed India cannot be measured by GDP alone. Schools must integrate lessons on environmental awareness, civic responsibility, gender equality, and moral values. In this way, education will not only prepare skilled professionals but also responsible citizens committed to nation building. By 2047, India should also aim to become a global education hub, attracting international students and scholars. Collaborations with the global universities, digital education exports, and academic exchanges will position India as the Vikwa Guru of education. In conclusion, education is the backbone of Viksit Bharat 2047 with inclusive access, future-ready skills, digital empowerment, strong research, value-based learning, etc. India can build a society that is prosperous, equitable, and globally respected. An educated youth will be driving force behind innovation, sustainability, and leadership on the world stage. Ultimately, an educated India will be a developed India, the very essence of Viksit Bharat vision. Thank you.
Okay, Muskan, can I ask you one question?
Yes,
Like,
ma'am.
were you reading it from somewhere? Have you just
Yes, ma'am.
so
Actually, I
guys,
prepared the notes.
I would just like to request you all, हमने आप लोगों को 1 से 2 मिनट का टाइम लिमिट दिया है बस. सो वी डोंट एक्सपेक्ट यू कि आप कहीं से भी चैट जीपीटी या कहीं आई एम नॉट सेइंग आपने चैट जीपीटी से निकाला है बट कहीं से भी निकाल के आप रीड करें दैट इज नॉट द पर्पस. यहाँ पे आके इफ यू आर स्पीकिंग जस्ट फॉर 2 मिनट्स ऐसा बोलो जो आपको समझ आए विच इज योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग फ्रॉम द टॉपिक विच यू हैव रिसर्च्ड. या अगर आपको स्टैट्स देखना है विच यू कैन सी बट प्रॉपर पूरा आप देख के बोल रहे हो सो आई डोंट थिंक सो दैट्स सूटेबल.
Ma'am, actually, I prepared my notes from various sources which I could refer, but the whole, the frame is my own. I prepared. I was just reading. This is my mistake. I agree.
But Muskan, I would expect you, okay, you can just prepare a 2 minute speech based on your understanding next time. Okay. Thank you so
And
much.
also, I
So,
can give you a suggestion on this. So, since you have to prepare a 2 minute speech, so what you can do is you can divide your speech into three parts. So, first will be your introduction. So, आपको introduction में जो भी लिखना है उसकी pointers लिख लो कि मुझे topic introduce करना है, फिर मुझे कुछ data बोलना है. Then body में आपको क्या क्या include करना है, just write pointers. You don't have to memorize the whole line कि मैं कैसे बोलूँगी, पूरी यही line बोलना है. You can articulate that in your own head. फिर conclusion में how you will conclude आप ऐसे बोल
Oh, yeah.
सकते. So this way it will be beneficial for you and other people they can also gain from what you're saying. Also,
mm,
Ishika, I believe that since the time limit is only 2 minutes, can we set a timer and we can give them a warning when 1 minute is over so that they can conclude it in the next 1 minute or maybe 30 seconds? That way,
uh,
I think we'll ensure that we are concluding it on time.
okay, it works. So, guys, please stick to the time limit. And I would like, next, I would like Harsh to share his thoughts.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Today I have to speak on the topic Achieving Viksit Bharat at 2047 through education. So we all must hear or read different quotes on education, right? For instance, education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. So from this quote, what we understand is that if a person use education in a better way, then the person can optimally utilize the real power of education, like elevating poor people from poverty, women empowerment, eliminating hunger, reducing corruption practices, and most importantly, giving every child the opportunity to achieve their true potential. So, in my opinion, the education in true sense would be not just the process of getting a degree. It is a process of shaping mind, nurturing character, empowering individuals to contribute meaningfully to the society. Education I see as a foundation upon which the nation builds its future. Uh, so if we look at the history, no country has achieved long-lasting development without investing in education, like we can see in England, in America, etc. They are built on the education infrastructure like Oxford University, Cambridge, Harvard, etc. The young, talented youth come out from this university and uh, lead the country in future. So for India, education holds a key to realizing the vision of Viksit Bharat and by 2047. When we celebrate 100 years of independence, a strong and inclusive education system will provide skilled youth to drive our economy, research to push the boundaries of science and technology, and etc. The National Education Policy 2020 has already set a vision in motion, focusing on holistic learning, skill development, and making India a global knowledge superpower, or I would say super hub. But the responsibility is not only of the government. Each one of us, as student teachers and a responsible citizen, must recognize a student as a tool of empowerment
Please
and
conclude,
ensure
Manthan.
it reaches the last mile. Only we can transform our demographic dividend into a powerhouse of growth and innovation. Thank you all for your kind listening.
Thank you, Harsh. It was informative. And now I would like Sneha Kumari to go next. Sakshi, shall we allow her to speak without camera then?
Yeah, that's fine. Works.
Okay, Sneha, you may proceed.
Good evening, all. The destinies of India is being shaped in her classrooms. said by Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishna. When we dream of a Viksit Bharat, we often imagine fast trains, tall buildings, and global recognition. But let me ask you, can we build a truly developed Bharat with only theoretical knowledge, without ethics, and without practical learning? The answer is simply no. Because real development stand on three pillars: knowledge, ethics, and practice. I chose this because we speak on development. We often dream of a fast train, tall buildings, but look at the reality. India produces 15 lakh engineers every year, but only 25% of employable. We produce 70,000 doctors annually, yet rural areas still face a doctor. Patient ratios of 1 is to 10 against WHO's 1 is to 1000. Why? Because our education is often theoretical, not practical. Even ethics cannot say in books. As Vivekanand said, education must build character. Yet, Transparency International 2021 ranked India 85th in corruption prescription, proving ethical training is urgent. So, how we can move forward in this? Internship from school so that children learn by doing, skill skill labs in every district to build employability gaps, in industry academia partnerships. Today only 35% of college have them. Learning by services, student
Sneha,
contributing to
you have
community
30
work.
seconds more.
Okay, ma'am. Experimental ethics, mock parliament debates, real life problem solving. Do we want Bharat of 2047 to be just a nation of degree holder, or a nation of innovators and ethical leaders? A Viksit Bharat will not come from book alone, but from practical wisdom and ethical practices. This is the Bharat we must build together. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful, Sneha. Now, Khushi, you may share your thoughts.
Hello everyone, I'm Kushni Malviya. So if we talk about Viksit Bharat 2047, we all must know that we are not just talking about a mission or a vision, but we are talking about a dream India which is strong, modern, and full of opportunities for each and every citizen. And if there's one foundation that can actually take us there, it has to be education. And according to data, by 2047, India will have one of the youngest populations in the world. So just imagine what we could achieve if this energy is directed by proper education, research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. But how actually we can achieve it? So according to me, the first and the foremost thing which has to be done is making education accessible for each and every citizen, either from small town or a metro city. Secondly, by making practical knowledge more important than bookish knowledge. For example, like critical thinking, problem solving abilities, and public speaking, which is of more use nowadays than bookish knowledge. And thirdly, by making empowering entrepreneurship, innovation, and research so that our citizens not just seek job but also creates them. I think when if every young mind of India get the chance to educate themselves, research, innovate, but I think by 2047, India will not just be a developed nation on papers, but also a nation where education truly empower every citizen. And Viksit Bharat to me is not just a and not just about economic growth, but also where it also about a nation where education is provided to each and every citizen from grassroots level, and no one is left behind. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Okay, that was great, Khushi. So now, next, I would like Prachi to share her thoughts. Is Prachi here? Guys, सबके cameras off है. May I ask why? Mm, Sakshi, is Prachi here? I cannot say.
No, I don't
Oh,
think so.
so okay, guys. Firstly, please turn on your cameras and listen to others carefully. And secondly, Navleen, you may go next.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Ma'am, actually, I just left the meeting right now. Did you say my name or something like first name?
Yeah, I was calling your name. So you may start.
Yeah, yeah. Viksit Bharat 2047 is an initiative which seeks to evolve India as a development nation. Each nation has both the agents and the recipients of change. And as all of us are aware that the foundation of every state is the education of youth. But here, I also want to highlight that when we say education, it's not just education of the youth, but also about the education of farmers, students, workers, and education of farmers, women, and poor families that could be addressed through these four pillars of Viksit Bharat. Like for example, we missed on industrial revolution 200 years ago. But this time, we can't afford to miss on AI and machine learning revolution. Thus, under the AI Future Skills Initiative, India education is being expanded across India on the basis of AI agriculture sector or about the farmers, we need to realize that have the potential to become self-sufficient. But the problem here is that the farmers are not educated about different agricultural practices. Therefore, there are various institutions like Krishi Vigyan Kendras and university vocational programs that can train, educate farmers on different agricultural practices. Educate farmers on different measures. Common mass of people to equip themselves for the struggle of life, which does not bring out strength of character and a spirit of philanthropy and the courage of life, is it worth the name? Like real education Real education is that which enables one to stand on one's own legs. Today,
Okay, thank you, Prachi. Sakshi, was her network a little like unstable? या मुझे ही लग रहा था.
Yeah, it was. No, no, it was. I could hear her
Okay,
speech in bits and parts.
okay, guys. So, guys, please, whenever you are, attending the policy month, and please take this seriously. ये कोई आपकी स्कूल की मीटिंग नहीं है. You are doing an internship here. Network और अपना availability ensure करो. Turn on your cameras, please, again. And thank you, Prachi. I would like Navleen to go next.
Am I
Also, guys,
audible?
as you all know that this meeting is being live streamed on YouTube. So when Ishika says that you need to turn on your cameras, please take that seriously. You need to turn on your cameras and you need to ask questions to the speakers. आप दूसरों के नॉलेज से सुन के क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हो या आपको उसमें कुछ ऐड ऑन करना है आप वो भी कर सकते हो. So please take this seriously. She has already said this, I think, thrice. So yeah, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, Navleen.
पढ़ाई वो रोशनी है जो अंधेरे घर को उजाले में बदल देती है. Education is not just a tool, it is the heartbeat of a nation. Greetings, everyone. I am Navleen Kaur, and today I am going to speak on a vision that touches every Indian heart, achieving Viksit Bharat 2047 through education. From the snowy peaks of Kashmir to the sandy shores of Kanyakumari, from the mustard fields of Punjab to the tea gardens of Assam, if Bharat has to become Viksit Bharat 2047, the path goes through Siksha. The path goes through education. My dear friends, think of a child in a small village of Bihar holding a digital tablet, a young girl in Amritsar cracking AI codes, or a student in the Northeast buildings starts climate friendly startups. This is not imagination, this is education shaping tomorrow. ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਵਿਦਿਆ ਵੱਧਦਾ ਖਜ਼ਾਨਾ ਹੈ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੰਡੀਏ ਓਨਾ ਵੱਧਦਾ ਹੈ एजुकेशन इज द ओनली ट्रेजर जो बांटने से कभी कम नहीं होता सिर्फ बढ़ता है और याद रखें अगर हमें अगर हमने हर हाथ को किताब और हर दिमाग को सोच दी तो 2047 सिर्फ एक टारगेट ईयर नहीं होगा बल्कि भारत की जीत का गोल्डन चैप्टर होगा. Ladies and gentlemen, to achieve Viksit Bharat, let us make sure that no child is left behind because every classroom we built, every skill we teach in a is a brick in the foundation of India's golden future. ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਕਹੇਗੀ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਨਵਾਂ ਭਾਰਤ ਜੋ ਤਾਲੀਮ ਦੀ ਰੋਸ਼ਨੀ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੱਲ ਲਿਖਦਾ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਤਾਲੀਮ ਦੀ ਰੋਸ਼ਨੀ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੱਲ ਲਿਖਦਾ ਹੈ. ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ.
Thank you so much, Navleen. I love the way you put your own touch and effort in every speech that you deliver. So, guys, do you want to add on to what she said? Anything? Yeah, even I love her way of speaking. Nobody wants to say anything.
Any feedback or any particular thing that you really liked about her speech?
Guys, no, like,
I want to add something.
yes,
I really
sure.
appreciate Navleen because the way she speaks, it's really engaging. She really connects, she today connects all over the India, like from Kanyakumari to Kashmir to Punjab to Northeast, Bihar. She connects whole India in their speech and she speaks so fluently. I can't imagine speaking like her. I really appreciate Navleen. Great.
Thank you, sir.
Guys, please, you have a mic. You can unmute yourself and speak rather than writing it. So,
I really love her way of speaking, the way she adds her own Punjabi thing. I really love that. And every time she speaks, it just brings a smile on my face. So just keep it up, Navleen.
yes, Navleen, plus one. So, okay. Nikita, are you here? You may go next.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, so hello everyone. Good evening. I'd like to start. Uh, just a second. Okay, so Viksit Bharat 2047 is the initiative of the government to achieve the goal of developed nation by 2047. There are four pillars to Viksit Bharat, which are the first one is youth, Yuva. The second one is Mahilain, this to ensure the safety of women. The third one is Annadata, which are the farmers, and uh, the fourth one is uh, the Garib. The Viksit Bharat tries to achieve the growth with the inclusivity and the equity. These are the goals of Viksit Bharat. Okay, so focusing on the education part, the Yuva, the fourth pillar, which we are focusing on, the Yuva. Uh, Viksit Bharat tries to achieve the new milestones of education by reforming the curriculum to add on the practical solutions to the real life problems to make the students more aware about the real life solutions rather than just the textbooks. Okay, so the other part is skill development. So I'd like to just add a little bit of my personal thing in there. So I am a DE student, and recently the NEP of 2020 has added the course structures which are for the skill enhancement course. Those are called skill enhancement course, and I have taken one of those. So I have learned digital marketing, and I have done many internships through it, and it was an amazing experience. So like I have witnessed the skill development part. So yeah, the second thing was skill development. The third one is to train the teachers, practical to train the teachers to teach the people about. Uh, sorry, sorry for my voice, bro. I'm just having cough. So the fourth the fourth thing the fourth thing is to uh, to uh, uh,
Nikita, you're not audible.
oh, sorry. So the fourth
Yeah,
thing was to. So should I continue?
yeah, you can conclude your speech.
Okay, so the last thing I would like to add is the technological advancement and the teacher development. These are also one of the goals of the education sector of the Viksit Bharat. So the education is the most important thing through which we can enhance our youth and through which we can achieve all those goals. And it is one of the main four pillars of the Viksit Bharat. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Nikita. Now, Krishan Kant, you may go next.
Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, you're audible.
Good evening, everyone. Myself Krishnakant. So today topic that is role of education in Viksit Bharat 2047. As we aspire to be developed country in 2047, the foremost question that we uh, see before us is what Viksit Bharat to contain. Some of us might think that GDP or economic growth of around $30 trillion or surpassing China or USA might be a achievement as a developed country. But some might think about military leadership or just growing in terms of infrastructure and health or social infrastructure development. But what remains crucial is the development of individual character. As I have said earlier and in the previous policy Manthan, I do consider the role of value education in Viksit Bharat. Viksit Bharat, as it envisages a Bharat that is inclusively developed, sustainably developed, it do contain the value ridden character of an individual to get it achievable in the foreseeable future. So, currently in India, we can see the challenges such as corruption, inequality, and the growing environmental pollution. So if an individual is ridden with values such as integrity, honesty, environmental ethics, and if he enshrines the values of our constitution and adheres to constitutional morality, he may help our country to achieve Viksit Bharat. So Viksit Bharat isn't a term; it is a goal. It is a national aspiration, and it does get by developing the individual character. As Swami Vivekananda once said, that with a great individual character, we can judge the character of a whole nation. So we have to always be considerate about our character. So I think that value education as NEP has added into it. So it will be a great feature. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Krishnagant. And last time you were really nervous. I like the confidence. I like the way तुमने इतने confidence से बोला. Well done. So, Sakshi Tiwari, are you here?
Am I audible and listening now?
Yeah.
So, as we know that by 2047, India will celebrate 100 years of its independence, and we are aiming towards building a Viksit Bharat. A developed country, as our government mentions, will not just be the one that will focus on economic growth and infrastructure, but education will be at the heartbeat of its progress. The education system that would empower every citizen with the knowledge, skills, and values to face the challenges of the 21st century with confidence and innovation, and also education system that would be inclusive and fair to all. To achieve this, because it is such a big goal, we need strong policies, community participation, private sector support, and great infrastructure. And beyond all of this, a shared belief that education is a lifelong process. To achieve this, our government launched NEP 20, the first education policy of the 21st century, to ensure that education is inclusive and everyone gets the opportunity to educate themselves. A Viksit Bharat. So in Viksit Bharat, the education will be uh, accessible to all, 100% enrollment and literacy rate. More focus will be on mother tongue learning and local language learning. Also, education won't be just written theories and books, but also it will be beyond school walls. So basically, government will be focusing on entrepreneurship education and also skill development and giving training in key areas. So basically, fostering the education that would enable citizens to bring creativity, have confidence in their own values and in their own skills and upskill their abilities and to make them more confident. So, thank
Thank you, Sakshi. It was great. Next up is Rishika. Rishika, are you here? Mm, Rishika, are you here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you may continue.
Okay, okay. जब जीरो दिया मेरे भारत ने दुनिया को तब गिनती आई तारों की भाषा भारत ने दुनिया को पहले सिखाई देता न दशमलव भारत तो युद्ध चांद पे जाना मुश्किल था धरती और चांद की दूरी का अंदाजा लगाना मुश्किल था अपना भारत वो भारत है जिसके पीछे संसार चला जिसके पीछे संसार चला गुड आफ्टरनून दिस इज ऋषिका सोनी if we aspire to see Viksit Bharat in 2047, the first step is quality education for all. Imagine if government schools were as strong as private schools. As in Finland, all schools are publicly funded. So a farmer's child and a businessman's child get the same education. Why can't India do the same? But education is not just about schools. Many children drop out because of child labor. And one of the most underlooked reasons behind child labor is alcoholism. which I personally observed, where man in the family drinks, does domestic violence, which leads to the child labor. So awareness and social reform must go hand in hand with quality education. As higher education, too needs change. Today, lakhs of students spend years on entrance exam just to get into the colleges. Yet, 70% of graduates are unemployed. We must improve our colleges, all the colleges, just not top few. A small step can be taken. In every panchayat, one officer should be appointed, ensuring that every children is pursuing education. Friends, if we reform education with quality, skill, and awareness, then Viksit Bharat 2047 will not just be a dream, it will be a reality. So, as I conclude, मैं आभार करना चाहूंगी कि हे माँ भारती, विश्व में फहरे तुम्हारी कीर्ति, जन जन उतारे आरती, जन जन उतारे आरती, जय माँ भारती. Thank you. जय हिंद, जय भारत.
Thank you, Rishika. You have a really strong voice and how you speak is really great. हमेशा तुम बहुत effort डालते हो in whatever you prepare. Thank you so much. Next up is, I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, Minini Pandey.
Yes, it's Manini Pandey. Okay. Yeah, am I visible? Yes. Okay. Hi, everyone. So I will be speaking on this topic, Viksit Bharat, with the help I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll just start. Okay, Viksit Bharat 2047 is the vision of a nation to become fully developed by the 100th year of our independence. Now, achieving this dream will greatly depend on the power of education. Today, I will speak on this topic from a very specific angle, that the importance of education in shaping sensitivity, consciousness, and personal responsibility towards environment, starting from the school years. So education must do more than just to provide knowledge, just to provide facts, just to provide information. It must awaken the sensitivity and consciousness in every child that their actions, however, even the smallest, can make a big difference. When a student learns that throwing a paper on road is not just littering but also harming the environment, they become aware of their responsibility. When they understand that saving water, planting a tree, and refusing plastic directly impacts the planet, they become they become uh, they begin to act with care. Now, by 2047, if every young student grow up with this awareness that their choices either harm or heal the earth, then this nation will not only be developed but also sustainable. Through education, we can nurture citizens who are not just careless consumers but also conscious caretakers of nature. So, the road to Viksit Bharat runs through our classroom, runs through our education that teach responsibility, accountability, and most important, make children love and care for the environment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manini. Am I
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I'm really sorry, I always pronounce your name wrong. And also, Ananya, I think मैंने पहले announce करा था, you should have wrote your name उस sequence में. So next up is Khushi. Khushi, you may continue.
Excuse me, ma'am, before you go forward, I do have a question to Manini, if I may ask.
Yes, sure.
Manini, if I'm pronouncing your name right, I have a question. I just want to know, what do you think about including this sensitivity towards environment, this such topic as practical education in schools and colleges? Do you think that would be beneficial, or how would it affect our viewpoint towards environment? Just
Okay.
from your viewpoint, do you think
I
it will
just
help?
have one clarifying question. Practical education, like, can you just define me? I mean, what do you
Yes,
visualize by
yes.
practical?
Basically like having practical classes where the class goes out, plants some trees, or have a very like how do not a theoretical subject but as an activity, monthly workshops or something like that. Is my
Okay.
question.
Yes, so I think yes, only if it is not forced, because something we have been seeing is seeing everything that is going through the new NEP and the subject that they have included. They are forced to us in a way that we have to attend the classes. Marks are given to us, and we have been just to sit in the classroom that we feel that is not giving us any value. So that might be harmful and may, you know, significantly remove or to uh, not love the topic as much. So only if it is not forced, we have a choice. We have variety of choice. Then I think it will be okay to, it would be good to include this subject of practical education.
Thank you. I actually really love your answer. We do have in NEP a subject with EVS, I think, and it is very theoretical and marks based subject. I really like your answer. That's all I had to ask. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you both of you. So, Khushi.
Also, I would like to add one point. Okay.
Yes, guys.
Yeah, I was saying that I was trying to add one point that even in school we used to see that I had EVS till fifth, and EVS as a subject was given the lowest credit in my school. So I believe such things should be avoided. We should consider the subject EVS at par with other subjects, especially mathematics, to which we give so much importance. So I believe bringing it at par with other subjects will be beneficial, then students will actually take it seriously.
Sakshi, I think your internet was not stable. Reaching.
Oh, okay, that's fine. She can go. She can go ahead.
Well,
Okay.
we. So,
So I
So,
was saying that we had EVS in our first year, and it was we had two teachers for that, and they used to quarrel every time because they wanted more speaking time. So it just reminded me of that time, and we had so much confusion. Like just a day before, they were saying that you have to submit that assignment, you have to give this exam, you have to give that exam, and it was so confusing. So listening to what Manini said, it just reminded me of that time, and I just thought to share it with you guys.
I think many of you are from DU, right? So, अपना AEC attend करते हो आप लोग? Do you guys attend EVS classes? या सिर्फ research के लिए बस लिख दिया? You guys even
Uh, I would like to I'd like to add a point. Even though we wanted to attend the EVS subject, even though we want to take it serious, the teachers won't even attend a class. Not even a single class happened for even for the first or second semester. E- EVS was the subject in first year, and not even a single class happened. We just gave the exam.
Can
I
I
am
continue?
in college, and the same thing happened here also.
I believe till we treat EVS as a secondary subject, like it is different from our core papers, and as a subject that we have to just pass only. This attitude will keep on continuing. Not only others, but me also. I actually hated EVS classes. It was not very practical in the sense that subject that everything was taught. It was not how I can relate to the environment. So I feel like some workshop and activities should be included so we feel more connected to the subject and it is not seen as a secondary subject that we have to just pass.
Yes, ma'am, even I have one point to add that one major problem in teaching EVS is because of faculty also, because the teacher from biology department or botany department are given this particular AEC subject to teachers. Because of this, there is no quality education. Everything is just they are doing it for just the sake of completing the syllabus. So that is why we don't feel so much content and interested to read this AEC subject.
okay,
I
thank
have
you very
to
much.
add one point. Yes. everyone is talking about their institution, whether the EVS teacher is teaching or not, or uh, students are taking this serious subjectly or not. If I talk about my institution, like Kirodimal College, University of Delhi, here we have EVS subject in 2 semesters, in first semester and in third semester. In both semester, we have a good teacher and especially hired from MIT University to deliver lectures in a week. Two lectures are planned for EVS. So I think he is a great teacher and he really gives some practical aspects of practical knowledge of EVS. Like he gives many practical assignments and also plan a visit to Hoj Khas, like pond area where we have to click pictures of biodiversity, etc. So he really makes EVS very interesting, and many students really like the way he teaches EVS. So EVS, like after I think in fourth or fifth, I study EVS as a subject, but the EVS part is also there in geography subject, like in class 8, 9, 10, etc. So I think EVS is very important right now and in future as well. So I think everyone should reach EVS subject.
थैंक यू हर्ष। आई थिंक अब मुझे लग रहा है आई वाज नॉट अलोन जो ईवीएस की क्लास में सुबह 8 बजे जा रही थी। थैंक गॉड किसी और की भी होती है ईवीएस की क्लासेस। सो ओके, नेक्स्ट अप इज खुशी। खुशी, यू मे स्टार्ट।
Okay.
Pranya wants to say something.
Actually, I wanted to share one of my experience. When I was part of Eco Club in my college. I was also from DU. So जब हम रिक्रूटमेंट के लिए जा रहे थे एंड वी वर अप्रोचिंग पीपल कि यू शुड जॉइन इको क्लब एंड दे वर लाइक कि इको क्लब में होता ही क्या है, तुम पेड़ ही लगवाओगे बस। तो दैट वाज काइंड ऑफ लाइक दे वर नॉट मच अवेयर अबाउट व्हाट ऑल उसमें इंक्लूड होता है, इन्वायरमेंट से रिलेटेड और भी क्या चीजें होती हैं। दे जस्ट एसोसिएट इको क्लब्स की तुम सफाई करवाओगे और या फिर पेड़ लगवाओगे, दैट्स इट। मतलब वो अवेयरनेस नहीं है। समहाउ एईसीसी का मतलब यही था कि ये अवेयरनेस आए और बच्चे इंटरेस्ट लें टुवर्ड्स एनवायरमेंट प्रोटेक्शन एंड ऑल, लाइक अबाउट देयर एनवायरमेंट, नोइंग अबाउट द फ्लोरा एंड फोना एंड एवरीथिंग। बट समहाउ वो इंटरेस्ट डेवलप नहीं हो पा रहा है एंड दे आर जस्ट ट्रीटिंग इट लाइक कि समथिंग जो तुम मतलब कि यही करवाओगे, यही यहीं तक ही लिमिटेड है, दैट्स इट। सो दैट्स द थिंग।
आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड, आई वाज आल्सो वन ऑफ देम पहले। सो ओके खुशी, you may start.
Okay. So, if we will talk about the concept of a developed country, many people will think that this can only be achieved through industrial growth or market growth, or we can say that the materialistic things. But in reality, education play a very important role in making a fully developed nation, as it can contribute in making human capital development. So, achieving Viksit Bharat by 2047 through education can be seen through multiple angles, but here I will only talk about two angles. The first angle is social angle. So, as we all know, that the main problem, the main challenge that our country is facing, due to which our country is not able to become a fully developed country, is poverty. And through education, these marginalized communities can overcome the poverty, as education reduces the inequality and become equalizing across rural and urban dividers. Second perspective is environmental and sustainability. जो ट्रेडिशनल the traditional development जो था, that ignored ecology, and it only focused on growth first and cleanup later. So education teaches sustainable practices and linking economy with ecology, which makes green growth. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Okay, thank you so much, Khushi. So, Dhruv, uh, you may go next. Dhruv, you're muted.
Am I audible?
Yes.
So, good evening, everyone. My name is Dhruv Singh Jamwal, and today I'm going to talk about how can we achieve Viksit Bharat 2047 through education. So, as we all know, Viksit Bharat means to developed India, and it is more than just a policy. It is a vision for all of us in the nation. The government of India has set 2047, the 100th year of our independence, as a milestone by which India must fully emerge as a fully developed country. But the question is, how do we get there? And the answer lies in one powerful tool, that is education. So I'll talk about four different angles, and I'll go ahead with historical angle. From a historical angle, our freedom fighters Gandhi, Nehru, Ambedkar, Bhagat Singh, and countless many gave us independence in 1947, and the Constitution laid the foundation for democracy. Those were the first steps towards building a strong nation. And the second angle is social angle. Education breaks barriers of caste and poverty. It empowers the marginalized, creates equality, and builds unity and diversity. And the third angle is economic angle. India's demographic dividend is the greatest strength, but youth cannot drive growth if they are unskilled. Education must therefore link to employability, entrepreneurship, and innovation, ensuring India becomes not just the world's most populous nation, but also the most productive. And finally, from a cultural and moral angle, education must not only create workers, but responsible citizens. It must carry forward our values, ethics, and sustainable practices, reminding the world why India was once called the Sone ki Chidiya. And if you combine all these dimensions, social justice, economic growth, and cultural strength, then by 2047, India will not just be a developed nation in the Western sense, but also a Vishwa Guru guiding the world with wisdom and humanity. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhruv. And I would like to ask you all, as Dhruv said, cultural spare is also important when we look at Viksit Bharat. So do you all agree, and what do you all have to say about it?
Can I start? I agree with Dhruv on this point that cultural aspect is very important. Every developed nation must have a cultural identity that makes them stand out from other nations. And development does not mean forgetting traditions or not thinking about our culture. We have to take culture and traditions and then go towards employment. So India would have a unique identity in the world, not just as a developed nation, but as a nation that cares for its history and tradition.
Yes, Prangya.
I like to talk about first thing the India already have its rich heritage and culture. Even our prime minister earlier, like he proposed about having International Yoga Day, which like most of the Western countries follow. Like yoga became the mainstream now because of India. So similarly, our culture and heritage holds like a very significant thing in the whole world. Like our ideals about Vasudev Kutumbakam or other such things. So it can have a very good soft power of our country. It's not just important for our own country itself, but it just if we look about like geopolitically, it is very important. So yeah, culture holds a very important significance.
Okay, thank you, Prangya. And next, I would like to invite Aditi to share her thoughts.
Um, Good evening.
Sorry. Aditi, you are not audible.
Please. Can I speak now? Actually, I got disconnected in the middle while turning on the camera.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
good evening, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak. So, my topic is roles of education in Viksit Bharat 2047. Whenever we think about Viksit or the development in India, we generally think huge buildings, tall building, everything, tech based. But what we forget is everything begins within the four walls of our classrooms. The things that teachers teach us and everything that is being taught to us is what is going to uh, be implemented on in future. So basically, all the engineers or the doctors, they are what become within the classroom. So my main thing that I would like to implement is that digital education is very important. When we think about the extreme harsh social conditions or environmental conditions when children cannot attend schools physically, then their school, especially in areas where there's heavy rainfall, flooding, sometimes it is impossible to attend schools physically. So I think government should have certain policies implemented that schools can be fully converted into virtual schools because nowadays internet is so common. It is, huge towers at every village there are uh, mobile phones, and internet is so feasible for all and so reasonable. So I think government should take measures in digital learning a lot. Also at college level, sometimes tech-based students or other students when they wish to increase their resume or skills, which are very important nowadays in job market, they go for private institutions where they spend lakhs to learn a single set of skills. But now government has implemented MOOCs, which help provide at very reasonable cost as compared to these private institutes. But I think there's not perfect merchandising for it, or there's no proper courses aligned to it. I think there should be better digital libraries for such situations. And all in all, I want to say that how digital education will impact India is what will lead it to its improvement, and that is how we can imagine India being better and better. Thank you.
Thank you, Aditi. I think next is Pranya.
One, this is me, Pragya Jyoti Singhal, and so as my friend already mentioned, that when we talk about Viksit Bharat, lots of things pop in our mind, like big skyscrapers, blooming economy or industries, India being the like marching towards becoming the third largest economy, or we are achieving 100% literacy. So basically, when we talk about Viksit Bharat, we imagine India of our dreams, which we are bringing up to the reality. But with the progress comes responsibility. We don't need just doctors or engineers. We need citizens who are responsible, who are honest, who are compassionate towards their society. So in our day-to-day life, like in our progressing world, when we are running here and there and trying to manage our everything, we somehow losing those moral ethos. We are blindly following the Western culture. The moral values or the compassion we are having, that is somehow kind of diminishing recently. Like if I talk about myself, I hardly see anyone offering their seats to senior citizens while traveling in a public transport or voluntarily feeding the stray animals. So education being the very crucial element of Viksit Bharat. So it not just be limited to practical knowledge only. It should incorporate ethics, moral, and civic education as well. As earlier during our introductory session, I came to know like most of the people here are from political science backgrounds. They must know about J.S. Mill's concept of tabula rasa, which means that human mind is like a clean slate. So if we incorporate the ideals of moral value and education, civic education to children at the very initial days, then it will build up a strong foundation of civic education. They will turn up to become a good citizen, which a country needs. They will become the assets to the nation. So through this, in schools, we can operate special moral education classes, or teachers or parents can build good, we can say, idol of moral ideals to the children and exposing them to good moral values from the initial days. So that's how they can build up that civic sense which our country needs. So at the end, not taking further time, I like to talk about if growth is not just about GDP, it is about we can say it is about like building good citizen. So moral education, a individual with moral responsibility is not a person without moral responsibility is just like a lamp without light, present there but not serving the purpose. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pranya. That was amazing. And now I would like to invite Ananya to share her thoughts.
Good evening, everyone. The dream of Viksit Bharat at 2047 it is not just about skyscrapers, industries, GDP figures. It is about building a nation where every citizen has dignity, opportunity, and hope. And the foundation of such a nation is education. Think about it. By 2047, almost half of India's population will be young. If we equip them with quality education, right skills, and strong values, they can transform challenges into opportunities. Without it, even the best policies will remain on paper. Education must go beyond textbooks. It should promote creativity, innovation, and problem solving. We need scientists who can lead space missions, entrepreneurs who can create jobs, teachers who can inspire, and citizens who respect diversity and democracy. Equally important is inclusive education. A truly developed India will, will be one where rural and urban students have the same opportunities, where a girl in a small village has the same access to technology and knowledge as a boy in the big city. So, if India wants to be developed by 2047, we must treat education not as a privilege but as a national mission. Classrooms we build today will decide the country we celebrate in 2047. Let us pledge that through education, we will make India not just a developed nation, but also a just and enlightened one. As the Dr. Abdul Kalam said, the ignited mind of the youth is the most powerful resource on the earth. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ananya. And I would just like to say, like जिससे मैंने पहले कहा था, I also felt that you were just reading from a page or from your notebook. Like, I would just like to point out this thing, like, when you see ध्रुव जब बोलता है, जब ऋषिका बोलती है, हर्ष, नवलीन या श्री बोलती है, you can see that they are genuinely sharing their own thoughts. They are not reading कहीं से भी. So I would just like you all to work on that. And
Okay, ma'am.
yes, so I think next is Urvashi.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, hi everyone, my name is Udashi, and as many of you already know, what Viksit Bharat 2047 already stands for, it's the 100 years since when we gained independence. So, we only have about 22 years left to creating a developed India. And education wise, so historically, if we see, then India has always been a very important place where education has always been given huge importance, be it by places like Gurukul or Nalanda, where education not only about science or mathematics was given importance, but education also about philosophy, moral principles, discipline. So education all over was given a huge importance. So in India, as I've mentioned, education has always been a very important part of the country and its history. So today, in today's culture, I believe that education, although as mentioned previously, India does have many great policies, but there is an issue with implementation. Now, why do we have such problems? I believe that um, there is a very structural and ideological issue that's going on in India. Structural because, as mentioned previously by someone, that in India, what happens is a lot of the times people who are in administrative positions, who are actually responsible for creating changes, might not be actively working towards creating changes, and this connects to my ideological point that a lot of the times uh, we have seen people who say that they aspire to be IS officers or be members of the administrative sphere, but the main issue we see is that they do not want to go to those spheres because they want to bring about change in the nation, but because of personal gains, because they might they might be interested by the powers that they might be getting, the respect they might get by the society. So those are the main fundamental issues that India has with education. So again, I personally believe that India does have great policies, but there is a issue with implementation, ideology, and administration that's going on, which is why even after so many years of independence, it's been a huge issue of why we are not able to correctly implement the changes that we have been aiming for ever since our independence. Thank you.
Thank you, Urvashi. Sakshi, have I left anyone? I think मेरी list के हिसाब
I
से तो
think,
everyone is.
okay, did we cover Anshita?
Anshita, when it was her turn, I saw that she was not in the meeting.
Okay, Anshita, are you there now? Okay. Can we have Prachi again? I think she lost her network and she requested if she can go
Ma'am,
again.
am I audible now?
Yeah, yes, you are. Try keeping
Ma'am,
it a
actually,
little
sorry, I
short.
was not aware that I wasn't audible that time. I'll just mention few points and wind it up quickly.
Yeah, sure.
Viksit Bharat 2047 is an initiative which seeks to involve India as a developed nation by 2047. Key to this transformation is the active participation of India's youth, who are seen as both the agents and the recipients of change. And as all of us are aware that the foundation of every state is the education of youth. But here I also want to highlight one important point that it's not just about education of the youth, but also education of the other three important pillars, that is poor families, farmers, and women. When we talk about India's development, there are few common roadblocks, but I will want to mention some of the important which could be dealt with education. We missed an industrial revolution 200 years ago. But this time we cannot afford to miss on AI and machine learning revolution. So we need AI technologies, AI education for our youth. Now, another roadblock I believe is related to agriculture. India has the potential to become self-sufficient, but here we lack education from the farmers. Therefore, we need education for the farmers, and we can have it through different vocational programs, Krishi Vigyan Kendra, so that they can shift to modern agricultural practices. Now, the third issue that I want to talk is regarding financial literacy for the poor families and the women. Regarding financial literacy, we Indians are good at saving, but we are not good at investing. Thus, financial literacy in society can contribute to overall economic growth. In the end, I would like to conclude by saying Swami Vivekananda's quote that education, which does not help the common mass of people to equip themselves for the struggle of life, which does not bring out strength of character, a spirit of philanthropy, and courage of life, is it worth of the name? Real education is that which enables one to stand on one's own leg. Therefore, in the end, I believe that it should not be just education of the youth, but also education of all the other people in country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prachi. Sakshi, I think no one is left. There was someone जिसको last में देनी थी अपनी speech.
Okay, I think we have a list of all the people who have not spoken, right, in the previous policy Manthan and the one that we just had. So I think in the next policy Manthan, we can start with those who have not yet spoken. Will that be a good idea?
Sakshi, I think one is left. Um,
Okay. Okay, she
yeah.
wanted to go last. Okay, you can go ahead.
Is she there? I think she is there in the meeting.
Okay, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly.
It-
Mampai, do you want to go next? Are you there in the meeting?
I don't think so. She is there.
Okay. All right, I think we can wrap it up. It's
Hello.
been more than an hour. Also, I would like to give one suggestion to everybody that when you're getting a topic, try exploring
Sakshi,
it. Yeah.
I think she wants to speak.
Oh,
Yes.
so sorry, I couldn't say. Okay, you can go ahead.
Yes, Mampe, you may continue.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kotazo, but you can call me KG. I'm going to talk about the educational policy and systems in South Africa. Uh, what I can say is that we have problems in rural areas compared to privileged schools. With rural areas, the problem is that there's lack of teachers and also there's lack of educational equipment. But also with lack of teachers, actually, you can get it almost everywhere, even in government schools that have equipment. Sometimes you spend the rest of the year without a maths teacher or science or technology teacher. Mostly those subjects are the ones that in South Africa we actually lack educators who can teach in those departments compared to others. Or it might be that the teachers are short staffed and there's not enough teachers to teach, especially if the classroom has 50 pupils inside. Usually, large classrooms are for learners who are from less privileged places like townships, which is the middle class, and also the rural areas. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing your point of view and your piece of information. So, guys, I think that is it. I think everyone has delivered their speech. I don't think so, Sakshi, anyone is left now. Okay, so I think that is it for today's meeting. Anyone wants to say anything? How was today's policy Manthan, guys? Give me a review, a short one.
Very insightful.
It was very great to see people talking about different angles.
Okay. Anyone else?
Today's policy Manthan is really engaging. Everyone takes part in different topics. Yeah, today is really great policy.
Okay, guys. So I think that was it. Everyone has delivered their speech, and all of you were really good. सबने बहुत अच्छा बोला, and I would just like to say one thing. अगली बार से we will not expect you all to, not all, like a few people जो लोग देख के बोलते हैं. Guys, please be confident and खुद से बोलो, confidently बोलो. You all spoke very nicely every time. Okay, so that was it. Sakshi, is there anything else?
No, not as of now. I think we can conclude the session.
Okay, guys. Thanks for joining.